Hello friends at home. In this video I will be doing today's math lesson with you. We are beginning on page 315, 315, and at the top it says lesson 8-7. Today we are going to continue working on addition, only if you read the title here it says Three Addends. So far in our math we have been using two addends where we talk about 5 plus 3 or 7 plus 2. But now we're going to say, what if I have three numbers? So instead of Brooklyn had 5 apples and Johnny had 6, how many do they have all together? Now I'm saying Brooklyn has 5 apples, Johnny has 6, and Dominic has 4. How many do they all three have together? So we're looking at three different addends bringing together. So instead of part, part, whole, it's part, 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 whole. Okay? So just as a sample here, this is an example that they're giving us. Blake, I'm going to wait till I see your eyes on the screen so I know you're paying attention and not fooling around with your friend Chase. So it says Hope has 4 blue crayons. Now, whenever we're reading these word problems for the problem solving, it's helpful if you circle the numbers, because then when you're going back to set up your equations, it's easier to find and remember what the numbers were. So I want you all to circle 4 so we remember that's an important number. So Hope has 4 blue crayons, 6 orange crayons, and 6 green crayons. So we've circled 4, 6, and 6. And I'm going to underline the question, which says, how many crayons does Hope have in all? So we're trying to figure out how many crayons Hope has all together. We know she has 4 blue, 6 orange, and 6 green. So it says we can group 2 addends together and then add in the third. Okay? So instead of trying to just count them all up at once or get confusing, we can take this 4 and this 6 and add them together first. So that's what they're showing here. So if you want to trace that box there, they're saying let's add the 4 blue and 6 orange first, and that gives us 10 crayons. Now we're going to add in the 6 green, which is right here, so they bring that over. 10 plus 6, well, 1 10 and 6 ones is 16. Okay? They're saying another way that you could add those numbers, 4, 6, and 6, you could start with the 2 6s. That's a doubles. So now if you want to trace this box, they're saying let's add the 2 6s first. We know 6 plus 6 is 12. Well, but we still have to bring over our 4. We can't forget about the 4. So now 12 plus 4 is 16. Okay? Here they're showing another way, you can make 10, your 4 and 6 make a 10, and then you have 6 more is 16, or you use your doubles. 6 and 6 is 12, plus 4 more is 16. So they're just showing you there's a couple different ways that you can add up 3 numbers, okay? So let's take a look down here in the practice area. It says add. Circle 2 addends that you would add first. Now I'm going to tell you right now on your test, it's going to tell you, add these 3 numbers, circle 2 addends. Don't forget to circle the 2 addends you're adding first, okay? If you forget to circle them, it's half a point off, and that's silly. So they're saying 5 plus 1 plus 1, and they're like, hey, let's add 5 plus 5, because that's a doubles. 5 plus 5 is 10, and then all I have left is this 1. So if I add that 1 in here, now I have 10 plus 1. Well, that's easy. A 10 and a 1 is 11. Okay? So let's take a look at number 2 now. Amelia, which 2 numbers do you want to add first?
4 and 4.
4 and 4. So we're going to take our 4 plus 4. And what is 4 plus 4?
8.
Great! All right, so 4 plus 4 is 8. But we can't forget about this other number here. We have to bring down our 3. So now we can count 8, 9, 10, 11. So 8 plus 3 equals what, Beckett? 11. Good job. Okay, number 3, they have kind of done there for us. They decided to make a 10. So they said, let's add the 6 and the 4 first. That makes 10. But we can't forget about this other 4, so we bring that over here. 10 plus 4, well, a 10 and 4 ones is what, Sage? 10 and 4 ones. 14, yeah. All right, let's take a look at number 4. Faith, what 2 numbers do you want to add together first? It's your choice. There's no wrong answer. What? 2 and 1? We could do that. What if we added the 9 and the 1, though? Then we would have 10 and 2, and that would be easy to add, wouldn't it? Don't you think? Yeah, so let's add 9 and 1 to make a 10, and then bring over our 2. So 10 and 2, that's 1 10 and 2 ones, Blake. What is it? 1 10 and 2 ones. Look at 1 10. Yeah, 12. You were thinking the right number, but you were saying the wrong number. So 2 plus 10 is 12. Okay, go ahead and turn the page now. Let's take a look on the back here at number 5. They've kind of done for us. They said they wanted, Amelia, do you need to use the restroom? Go ahead, honey. They want to add the 8 and the 2 first. That makes 10. Then they brought down their 2. 10 plus 2 is 12. Let's look at number 6. Beckett, what 2 numbers do you want to add first? 9 and 3. Okay, we could do that. Or what if we added 3 and 6? Then we'd have 9 plus 9, and that's a doubles, okay? So we'll bring this 9 here, the 3 and 6 there, and 9 plus 9 equals 18. We can lean. All right, Austin, what 2 numbers do you want to add first?
6 and 3.
6 and 3? Okay, we can do that. Or we could add 7 and 3 and get 10. I like making a 10 because I think it's so easy to add with 10s and 1s, okay? So if we add 7 and 3, that's a 10. And then we bring our 6 over, so now I have a 10 and 6 ones.
Because there's going to be 6 more ones.
Right, so a 10 and 6 ones is 16. Number 8, what 2 numbers do you want to add together, Drew?
I want to add 9 and 1.
9 and 1. Okay, so 9 plus 1 is 10. And then I have 9 more. Well, what's a 10 and 9 ones, Drew?
19.
19. Beautiful. Camila, what should we do for number 9? 6 and 6. And we know 6 plus 6 is 12. We bring over our 8. Now we can see here, if we were to put in our place value bar here, how many ones do I have? I have 8 ones and 2 ones. So how many ones is that? 8 ones plus 2 ones is how many ones, Beckett? But can I put 10 ones here? No, so I'll have to put my 10 over here. Now I have another 10. So now I have 2 10s, which make 20. So 12 plus 8, or 8 plus 12 is 20. Okay? Let's take a look now at our problem-solving problem. It says Julian has 2 blue cups. We're going to circle 2 because it's important to remember our numbers. And 5 red cups. So 2 blue, 5 red. He has the same number of yellow cups as red cups. So he had 5 red, so he has 5 yellow. So I'm going to put 5 yellow here and circle it. So it says, how many cups does Julian have? Show how you found your answer. You can use pictures. So he has 2 blue. So I'm just very quickly, and you don't have to do this. I'm just going to show you, okay? 2 blue. So there's 1, 2 blue. And then it says 5 red. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red. And then the same number of yellow, so 5 yellow. What's up, Beckett? Oh, you thought I was looking for the answer? Okay. So now, Beckett, what 2 numbers do you want to add first? 5 and 5, because we know 5 plus 5 is what, Beckett? 10, and then I've got my 2 blue that I need to add in. So 10 plus 2 is what, Beckett? 12. Good job. So Julian has 12 cups all together. So 11 here, it says tell 2 ways that you can add 4, 3, and 7. What's one way we could add them up? Drew?
We could add 3 plus 7 to make 10.
We could make a 10 with 3 and 7, and then we'd have 4 plus 10 equals 14. What's another way we could add them up, Mateo? What's another way we could add them up? I can't hear you. What? Oh, well, I would like to know another way. So Drew told us we could do 7 and 3 to make 10 and then bring down our 4. Blake, what else could we do? Pick 2 different numbers to add first, Blake.
2 plus 8.
I'm looking right here, dude. I've got 4, 3, and 7. He told me one way I could do it is add the 3 and the 7 first to get a 10 and then bring in my 4. What's another way I could add those 3 numbers?
4 plus 7. No, 4 plus 3.
If I add my 4 and my 3 first, that makes 7. So then I have 7 plus 7, which is a doubles, and 7 plus 7 is 14. Lean. All right. Let's go now to the more practice on page 317. So we don't need to look over this again. We understand now different ways to add numbers. What I want you to do right now on your own, you're going to go through and do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Whichever 2 numbers you want to add first. If you like to make a 10 and then add in your ones, do it. If you like to make a doubles, do it. Whatever is going to work for you. Make sure you circle the 2 numbers you add first and then fill in your answers. Okay, so friends at home, pause the video, fill in your answers, and then when you're done, unpause and we'll check it together. Okay? All right, friends, let's take a look here. And you might have chosen to do it differently, but your answers will be the same. So for number 2, I chose to make a double, so I added my 3 and 4 to get 7. 7 plus 7 is 14. You could have also made a 10. 7 and 3 is 10 plus 4 and would get 14. As long as you have 14 for your answer, you can give it a star or a smiley if you aren't great at making stars. All right, for number 3, I brought together the 5 and the 8 to get a 13, and then I brought over my 7. 7 and 3 was 10, so I carried up my 10, and then I had 2 10s and 0 1s. You could have also added your 7 and 5 to get 12, God bless you, and then brought in your 8, which would also bring you to 20. So as long as you had 20 for your answer, you are correct. For number 4, I chose to bring the 3s together to make a 6, so then I had a double. 6 plus 6 is 12. If you brought the 6 and the 3 together to make a 9, you would have had 9 plus 3, but your answer would still be 12. So as long as you had 12 for your answer, give yourself a star. Brooklyn, I don't see you checking your work. Make sure you're checking your work, okay, darling? This one, I chose to bring the 8 and the 2 together to get a 10 and then brought down my 1. So a 10 and a 1 makes 11. You could have also done 9 and 2, and you still would have ended up with 11. The bottom, I brought 5 and 4 together to get 9, brought down my 8, so then I had a doubles plus 1. I know 8 and 8 is 16, so 8 and 9 must be 17. If you wanted to, you could have brought together the 8 and the 5 or the 4 and the 8, either way, but as long as you got 17 for your answer, you are correct. And number 7, I decided to bring together my 2 5s to get a 10 and then bring down my 9 to get 19. You could have also brought your 9 and 5 together and then added in 5 more to have 14 plus 5. Either way, you would have gotten 19. As long as you have 19 for your answer, give it a star. If you turn now to the back, we're looking at the top of the next page. The first one they've worked out for us. The third one they've worked out for us. So let's look at 2, 4, and 5. Number 2, Dominic, what 2 numbers would you like to bring together first? It's your choice. There's no wrong answer. 7 and 3. So if we bring 7 plus 3, that's 10. And then we add in our 6. So I have a 10 and 6 1s. So 1 10 and 6 1s makes 16. Brooklyn, looking at number 4. What two numbers would you like to bring together first? There's no wrong answer. Right here, we got 9, 8, and 1. What two numbers do you want to bring together first? 9 and the 8? You want to make it easy and do the 8 and the 1? 8 and the 1? All right, so what's 8 plus 1, Brooklyn? 9. So here's 9. Now I have this other 9 here that I have to bring over. So now I have 9 plus 9, and that's a doubles. What is 9 plus 9? Blake? 18. Blake, your brain's on fire today. All right, let's take a look at number 5. Emily, what two numbers do you want me to bring together first?
8 and 4.
I could do 8 and 4. What if I brought together the 4 and the 6? That would give me a 10. It might be easier to add up. You want to try that? All right, so if I bring my 4 and my 6 together, that's a 10. And then I bring in 8 more. So, Emily, what is a 10 and 8 ones? 18. Beautiful. Down here, Jordan has some beads. She has 6 red. I'm circling the 6. She has 2 yellow. Circle the 2. And 7 green. How many beads does Jordan have in all? So we're adding 6 plus 2 plus 7. How many does she have all together? Beckett, what two numbers do you want to add first? 6 and 2. All right, so 6 plus 2 is what, Beckett? 8. Now I got to bring over my 7. What's 8 plus 7? Well, that's a doubles plus 1. I know 7 plus 7 is 14, so one more, Beckett, would be 15. Good job. So all together, Jordan has 15 beads. All right, now this one says, how many ways can you add 7 plus 3 plus 7? Well, there's a couple. We could do 7 plus 3, make a 10, and then bring down our 7. Or we could do 7 and 7, which is 14, and then add in our 3. Okay? Either way, we're going to end up with 17. Okay? All right, friends at home, I hope that you continue to practice your doubles. Make sure you're listening to that doubles rap. We're going to practice it here in the classroom now, so you can go ahead and practice it at home. Just remember, when you're adding 3 numbers, if you combine 2 first, it makes it a lot easier for you. See you later, friends at home.